Good morning, good morning. It is Monday. Hanging out. And you are riding front seat with me this morning inside Results One. Good morning to you guys. I am Trooper Steve. We are live streaming here on Results One, or not on, but inside of Results One. And I was trying to do I'm getting like real creative with my camera shots because of course we have our standard shots inside here and stuff like this. We've got the front seat, we've got the passenger seat, we've got our front shot, we've got the rear shot, but now I've got all these extra cameras. The side one, all our sides are covered inside here too, because I love this passenger side shot because I feel like you guys are here with me. But I tried to add another one to look through the windshield and it just wasn't working. So we have another shot out here, a little GoPro shot up on the window this morning, just to give a little creativity to what we're doing. So this morning we are live in, I'd say, central zones of Orange County. So this is one of the busiest portions. When I was working as a state trooper back in the day, we called this zone PAT 3, Patrol Zone 3. They probably renamed it. I'm sure there's a million different zones at this point, but Oak Ridge Road is a 5-mile stretch of roadway that runs east and westbound, predominantly residential, okay? But I like to call it a transient road, and not by identifying an individual, but by identifying the action. So many people use Oak Ridge to maybe get over here to Mall of Millenia, or the outlets, things like that, or over to the east side to get to areas like Belle Isle, things like that, or the Conway area. But between those two predominant zones, you have schools, you have a lot of residential areas. And our stream happens at 10 o'clock every day. But this morning I was driving through, took some video, and I wanted to show it to you guys because it was pretty busy. So what you're looking at here is video taken at about 9:15, between 9:15 and 9:20. And there's a school located on the south shoulder out there. So I'm traveling in the right travel lane. I'm going to move over to that left lane at some point just because I wanted to get a better visual of what's going on. But what do you see out here? On Oak Ridge Road, flashing school zone. And they have one of a few full control pedestrian crossings. What do I mean by full control? It is an actual traffic light. So it doesn't just flash yellow when a pedestrian's crossing, but when they activate it, it will turn to red, and then you can see there, it turned to green. So as you're traveling through this area, you have to be really aware. Speed limit set 30 to 40 miles an hour, and then with the school zone flashing, obviously you should be traveling at 20 miles an hour. So you've really got to pay attention out there. So what I want to do now this morning is come out and drive it live with you guys. You got to see what it looked like just a few moments ago, not maybe just less than an hour ago of what it looked like, but we're going to talk about a few things. This area has gone under a lot of construction, a lot of redesign, and it really needed it, but it's some of the probably the most careless driving next to Kissimmee that I've seen out here, out on the roads, especially with the infrastructure that's here. You're talking, let's check it out. So here we are at the start of Oak Ridge. It started about half mile behind me. We're going over the Florida Turnpike. So we're traveling eastbound. Coming up here on a red light at Millenia Boulevard. So Millenia Boulevard dead ends right here. And out here, guys, this is where all the residential area begins. And I'm not talking just single family homes. I'm talking just as much single family homes as you do apartments. The apartment home out here on the western side, a lot. So what's mixed with that? You're going to probably have a lot of families, right? A lot of pedestrians, a lot of bicyclists, a lot of students. Several months ago, this area was under a lot of construction. Now that I'm driving out here, the construction doesn't appear to be as crazy, meaning visually this area is really nice. So we're continuing eastbound, and we're going to take it all the way to Orange Avenue and really dissect what we're seeing. What have we seen increases of? Pedestrian signage. A lot of extra pedestrian signs letting you know, hey, there's crosswalks over here. But we've seen the addition of crosswalks at almost every couple of 100 feet, giving what? Pedestrians a better opportunity to cross the road safely. And ultimately, that's the goal. So as you're driving, you're seeing the signage saying, hey, stop here if a pedestrian is present. And that's something that you want to make sure you're doing. Our camera on the outside showing the clear signage that, hey, they even have the area where they want you to stop. A stop bar here and then a crosswalk. We're going to come up here, go to stop. I think this car would have ran it if we were to not here, but hey, I appreciate that. So now we're eastbound, right travel lane along Oak Ridge at Harcourt Avenue. A few years ago, I actually worked a crash right over in this spot. So this is unincorporated portions of Orange County. A very small portion of it belongs in the city of Orlando, but majority of it is unincorporated portions of Orange County. So Orange County government is responsible for Oak Ridge Road, and over the years, man, it's pretty crazy. They've definitely spruced it up a little bit. It needed it, but they definitely spruced it up. And the good thing is when you're driving out here, what are we seeing? We're seeing updated traffic signals. We're seeing modernized indicators of when that traffic signal should turn, so that you're not getting that unnecessary traffic. So hey, if there's no cars out here, Oak Ridge is moving good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to continue eastbound. And I'm really impressed at the amount of crosswalks that have been put in out here. Everyone's always saying pedestrians need more infrastructure, They did it. They really did. So we're seeing residential areas on both sides of the roadway, but we're also seeing a lot of small businesses. So you're mixing schools, residential, businesses, all right here in one spot. We have Sadler Elementary School right here on the right side of the roadway. When we were driving in earlier, a lot of that pedestrian traffic was coming right here. This school zone was extremely active. And right now, what is it? 10:07 in the morning. There's still a large amount of traffic out here this morning. So a pedestrian got stuck here in the middle and he stopped. Thank you for stopping there, sir. Got to make sure you're paying attention. So as we come up here a little further, we're now going to be approaching John Young Parkway. We left a school zone to what? Take a breath and now approach Westridge Middle School. So we had Sadler Elementary School. Now we have Westridge Middle School. School zone not active, but there is a pedestrian alert sign here. And here's that full control pedestrian crossing area that if a pedestrian wanted to cross here, they could just activate it and it's going to turn into a traffic light. Also out here you have OCPS Facilities Complex out here where a lot of training takes place. There's a training school that's out here. And what does that contribute? To continuous traffic. Continuous traffic. Meaning it's not just bulky at one point in the morning for school or one point in the afternoon for school. This area is constantly seeing a flow of traffic. It's rather busy. It's a little stressful if you travel through here because there is a high pedestrian flow, whether it's people who are headed to and from wherever they're going. Homeless population out here is unfortunately high as well. So you have to be very careful. South side of the roadway, we have Orange Technical College. They're located out here. And of course, another school. So now what do we have? 3 schools on the south side of the roadway. If you're joining us this morning, good morning to you on a Monday. We're live this morning inside Results 1 in the central zones of Orange County. Unincorporated off of the 5-mile stretch of Oak Ridge Road. So this area has seen a real nice retouch of paint, but in a really, really nice way. Infrastructure on the roadway has been enhanced. The safety up on the traffic signals and the technology has been enhanced. But the huge addition of pedestrian enhancements out here is massive. And I'm seeing it. So I want to give a huge shout out to Orange County government for doing this stuff. Because number one thing, we always say, pedestrians don't have enough crossing. Pedestrians don't have enough crossings. And now, this stuff is everywhere. Here's one of those areas now where it's a full control pedestrian crossing. Look, pedestrians activated the signal, and now everybody's crossing the roadway there. This would not be functioning if no pedestrians were there. So it is not a vehicle traffic signal. That is a full pedestrian crossing signal only. And it doesn't just flash. When you activate that, it goes into a timer, and it doesn't physically stop the traffic, but it turns into a red solid traffic signal, meaning you need to stop. I love that. I really, really like that. Maybe we should add more of those instead of the flashing ones around town. But that's good. So we've seen 2 right now off of a 5-mile stretch and well over 10 pedestrian crossings so far. I like it. I like it a lot. Where was I saying? All right. If you're joining us, we're out here along Oak Ridge, checking out the 5-mile stretch of roadway. And if you're familiar with it, it's a vintage stretch of roadway that's been out here in Orange County for a long time. And when I say 5 miles, there's a lot within those 5 miles. There's 3 to 4 schools. There's small businesses. There's so many single-family homes on the west side. Then you have so many apartment complexes lining the entire 5-mile stretch, all with John Young Parkway intersecting it, Orange Blossom Trail intersecting it, and then at night, there was a lot of construction. But if you come out here during the daytime, it is lively from the sun up to sundown. Not just that school traffic, we're talking around the clock traffic, because OCPS has a facilities headquarters out here. There's a bus depot out here. The Orange County Fire has an academy out in this area. There's a college. It doesn't stop. And we've already seen how this traffic does not stop. So you got to pay attention. The goal here, before we wrap it up, I want to take it all the way over to Orange Avenue, just so we could see what the traffic's like here at 10 o'clock. And it's busy, guys. And people tend not to want to do the speed limit. It's a little odd. But nothing's changed. That tells me nothing has changed, because I work this zone. I work this zone heavy when I was a road tripper. And it's a busy area, and it happens to be an area where people want to act up. So you got to come out here and referee it up every now and then. All right, guys, you got your turning signal on. You've passed 3 already. What are we doing? You picking? You choosing? Okay, we're going to pick here at Lake Eleanor. We appreciate it. Thank you much, Nissan Sentra. Let's keep on going. If you're joining, we're eastbound, right travel lane. And here's an emergency signal. A lot of Christmas lights going on here, but emergency signal. So if the ladies and gentlemen here at Station 51, Orange County Fire wanted to come out, that signal would activate and you'd have to stop. Similar to the full control pedestrian crossings that we've seen over just west of us here along Oak Ridge. So now, another big intersection, Orange Blossom Trail. We're just north here, a few miles north here of the Florida Mall. No residential right here, but you want to talk about a commercial intersection. Walgreens, Dunkin' Donuts, CVS, because you can't have a Walgreens without a CVS, Papa John's, McDonald's. Blup, commercial intersection, right? We're just missing the Burger King. There it is. So once you cross over, what happens again? Within a mile, we're now changing back into that residential field. So Oak Ridge is busy, guys. It doesn't stop, but what changes here is we now have a center continuous turn lane. those center left continuous turn lanes are the travel lanes that allow you to kind of go in and out and make your change of directions without having to slow down or anything like that and impede the flow of traffic. Got to make sure you're always cautious of that. What is also out here? We are coming up on Oak Ridge High School. Camera mess up there, my bad. We are coming up on Oak Ridge High School. So we have an elementary school, we have a middle school, we have a high school, we have a college, a technical college. I believe there's also some type of university off of Oak Ridge. You've got the fire department, small businesses, but the area has been highly enhanced for pedestrian safety. Where it hasn't, the east side here. So what I want to do is follow up because the east side needs some attention. If you cross over east of Orange Blossom Trail and you take a look here, nothing's been touched. There is zero touch between Orange Blossom Trail here along Oak Ridge as you're headed eastbound towards Orange Avenue. Now, I'm not saying, I want to be very clear here, I'm not saying that they're not going to do anything. I'm just saying I'm not aware of it. But I am going to ask, and then I'll update this article at a later date with a little update to see, hey, is there construction work coming out here to the eastern portions of Oak Ridge? Because if there's not, they need the same attention that the west side had, the east side of Oak Ridge. So the 2.5 miles on the east side here. So guys, we have a lot going on. Please, 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 please be aware of our huge thing we're participating on Saturday. We have the Red Bull Challenge coming up on Saturday. Me and Johnny's House and I, Sandra and I, Trooper Steve and Sandra Ray are all coming together to join forces and compete in the Red Bull Challenge. It's going to be freaking awesome, and I cannot wait to do this. Am I nervous? Yes, absolutely nervous. I'm freaking out. I'm just putting on a show. Yeah, that's it, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Drive safely. Be careful along Oak Ridge. Watch out for pedestrians. We have more pedestrian crashes off of Oak Ridge than a lot of other roads here in Central Florida, and it's 100% preventable. Love you guys. Drive safely, and I'll see you guys later.